Collections in the house for another video. All right, so today's live stream, man. Quick thing if the the volume is not good, if I'm just using my headphones right now, trying to upgrade every time I do these live streams. But if there's any issues, just let me know in the comments. But yeah, welcome to another live stream. In today's video, I really wanna talk about so Rudy from Alpha Investments made a new video about vintage magic. I know it's been a while, it's been a while since a lot of people talking about vintage magic, and it's all about nowadays, all about you know new set, new variant, universes beyond. It's not about these reservist cards. It's not about these high-end power nines. Nobody's really talking about these vintage cards anymore. I know there was a time when Rudy from Alpha Investments, Daniel Chang from Vintage Magic. I think let's see, Open Boosters not really talking about a whole lot of vintage anymore. He's just pretty much opening packs. Um, and Edwin, the Magic Engineer. I'm not sure if they still do the duo with open boosters, but yeah, there were like the kind of like the OG, talking about 93, 94. Captain Craig, good morning. Anger, good morning. But yeah, so nowadays it's really not about vintage magic anymore. And yeah, he's quite right. Rudy really nailed it. Nobody's really talking about vintage magic 93, 94, Power 9. These are the iconic cards of magic. If you guys don't know, these are the original. And I'm not gonna lie, as a full-time TCG player seller, um, yeah, I mean, I can feel that, you know, as far as like sales goes, even like the unlimited, the beta versions of like any cards, man, not really great in sales. Everyone's just trying to buy, what's the new hot thing, the new variant, the new serialized cards, the new universes beyond. And as a big fan of vintage magic, and I owned my personal Power 9. I own a bunch of reserve list myself, because I mean, if you're a long-time Magic player, owning a Power 9 is kind of like a dream, And I've finished my Power 9, uh, what, probably 5 years now. I've owned my Power 9 since 5 years, and my reasoning owning it's just to have it. It's just like a dream of me back then when I was a kid. Back then, owning Power 9 was just, man, I will never own a Power 9. And now that I can, I just want to like own some for my personal collection. And nowadays, thinking about like, you know, vintage, collecting more and more of this, it's not really no one's really talking about it. And as a seller, like I said, it's hard for me to buy, you know, a lot of this. I'd rather buy, commander cards. Honestly, I'd rather buy all these new cards that are playable in any format, because I know that they're gonna move. These vintage cards, it's really hard to move them. I was just gonna say, I just sold my City of Brass Renaissance. So these are like I don't have a I don't have it with me. I just sold it, right? So I did have a play set of Renaissance City of Brass. It's like a black bordered, I think fourth edition or revised, and these are very expensive. City of Brass got reprinted so many times now, and I think it's like below $10. But these Renaissance City of Brass, their range around 70 to 150 depending on condition. So I sold one, I sold one, and then I sold the last three. I think it's around 180 to 200 shipped. So for three City of Brass, man. So I sold those, and the thing is, I had it like for a while, and it's like listed in my TCG player, and it's like it's sat there for like a long time, man. I mean, I think if I can remember, I still have my beta LAN where I was in my TCG player, balance unlimited, and then I think I think that's it. Some of the cheaper old cards like Legends, the Dark, Antiquities. I think I still have them, but in general, they just sat, man. And yeah, they don't move. They don't move at all, man. It's really hard to move them. Um, Rudy, him saying that he owns a buttload amount of reserve list cards, like ABU cards. He said it's like in a range of 10 million plus. Like that's just insane, man. The I was When I finished the video, I was just thinking about, man, the opportunity cost, man, the opportunity cost. That I mean, imagine if we put all that money, like he said, S&P 500, man, like for how many years? He owned those cars for how many years? And thinking about putting all that $10 million plus money to S&P 500 from that much years. Oh my God, imagine, bro. I'm just saying. So I know he was right about this whole thing would be, in the range of 5 to 10 years without movement. So for me, I don't really care because, I want to own the Power Nine, my Power Nine. I want to collect them, but eventually I will end up selling them, in the near future, depending on what I need, and not because I don't want them, but because, like, let's just say I need some capital to buy more collections. I need to buy more capital on like growing the business, and that's more important. You see, having the Power Nine is great, but these are just cards, man. I can always, get them back, especially if they're gonna be like stagnant and steady price for a while. I'd rather have that money like moving, rather than just sitting in my binder. So I think I think you know, I'm not saying I'm gonna sell it now, but if I need it, I'm gonna have to, like it's kind of like a big deal. It will be hard though because owning the Power Nine is definitely a big accomplishment. But yeah, talking about reservist cards overall in general, uh, besides the commander cards, the highly played reserve list cards, um, I don't think we're gonna see. I don't think we're gonna see a lot of people buying out. It would be stupid though, like if you start like buying out like these $3, $5 reserve list cards. Um, I I honestly think Rudy from Alpha Investments was the main reason why some of these reservist cars are being bought out by like I guess investors, right? And I know the supply they're not gonna get reprinted, but thinking of like how WotC is printing all these new cards. Power creep, man, it's just insane. Every new set, man, every new set is ridiculous. Um, and reservist cards or not, it doesn't even matter anymore because like even the dual lands, uh, these new surveil lands, my God, triomes, man, these are like, yeah, it's not like, you know, reserve list. It's not like 400, $500 cards. But man, like people are like playing these instead of dual lands because dual lands are so expensive, man. Even like today's pricing, how much is plateau? 150, 200 for one near mint plateau. You could buy an entire land base off of one plateau, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Now, like I said, other than the playable reservist cards, the Mox Diamonds, the Gaia's Cradle, Time Twister, which is a freaking Power 9, right? What else? Wheel of Fortune. What else? Lion's Eye Diamond. So these will, as long as Commander is a big thing, a big deal in Magic, these cards will be, will stay and will like, up and down in price in the market. But yeah, they're definitely they're gonna stay. But other than that, man, the other cards, it's gonna take a while. Rudy himself said that his collection, I don't know, man. $10 million plus worth of reservist cards. Uh, yeah, it's not gonna move. It's not gonna move even if he wanted to. He's gonna have to like take a big loss, man, big L, selling those if he wanted to. I doubt he will though. I think he's one of those like diamond hands, like all the way. But like I said, thinking about the opportunity cost, man, that is so much money, man. So much money. Imagine dumping $10 million from the past 10 years, man, putting it into the stock market of, S&P 500. $10 million. That's insane, bro. That's just crazy. But I mean, you can't really say for sure because we don't know what's going to happen in the market. But still, the opportunity cost of that, you know, yeah, he has all that stuff, but it's just there, Yes, he has all these sealed boxes, Yeah, it might go up, there's that chance, It's a gamble, it's a risk. It's very speculative, but uh the opportunity cost, like I keep saying opportunity cost because that's just so much money just sitting, doing nothing, man, doing nothing. But yeah, I think I rambled enough talking about the Rudy video because as a big fan of these old school cards, these Power Nines, um, it got me really thinking of making a video about it because as a full-time TCG player seller, um, you know, I'd rather have cards, have the capital to, you know, to build my business rather than having, look at these cards. I mean, even these, look at these. These are just sitting right here. I love to collect them, I love to own them, but eventually I'm gonna have to move them. It's one of those things once you move into from player to collector to a seller, you're gonna have to sacrifice, all these collecting cards, keeping your favorite cards. It's really hard to keep them because it's important for you to have the capital saved up. If there's an opportunity that shows up, man, you gotta take that. You gotta take it, man. And you know it's there's only so many chance that you'll see these big deals, these big opportunities, like a collection or a big sale. And once you see those, man, you gotta have that capital, man, because man, that's like a big miss. If I'm just saying. Let's see. I saw a comment over here. Let's see. Maybe Rudy can slap all of those cards as singles now. Man, that's so much cards to slab, man. I think he's more of like a raw guy. Like he doesn't, you know, unless the card is like near mint. I think he'd rather have, the high played, the moderate played, light played cards. Um, but I think, obviously he would pay more too on like the near mint cards, the PSA 10s. But see, the thing is, there's only like a few times where he would show like a buy collection video of like vintage cards, and he actually buy less. And I gotta tell you this, man. There's this one store over here. Uh, I made a video already. It's like the Dan Sports Cards. He's a big store over here that buys old school cards back in the day, even a little bit now. But him too. He told me that I'd rather have all these new cards, all these commander cards, man, than buying dual lands, buying, Bizarro Baghdad. I think Bizarro Baghdad is played in commander, but yeah, all these Library of Alexandria, like all these 93, 94 cards. He'd rather skip those, you know, and buy all these small cards, 10, 15, $20 cards, man. Um, and I mean, he's right, man. Even me, as a store owner, kind of off subject, but do you know why Tcgplayer did away with their buy list? Good question, William Small. Welcome to the stream, man. Welcome. Are you a TCG player seller or are you a TCG player buyer customer? Um, To answer that question, I don't really know because I never bought anything from TCG Player. I never had that experience buying singles or like doing a buy list card from TCG Player. So I'm not really sure why they uh, took it out. I received an email from them that it's like completely gone, or I think I probably saw it in a Reddit post. I believe they're gonna stop doing buy lists. I don't know for sure. I think my if I would like say anything about it, I would think maybe people are like gaming the system in like the buy list. Like even stores are probably gaming the system, but I can't say for sure. So yeah, I don't know. Just a modern player that buys from TG Player, but I had something come up and have to sell some stuff. Oh, okay, yeah. Um, if your best bet, I guess, like I said, I don't know why they took it out, man. Um, if you're uh, trying to sell some cards, your best bet getting the most money for your cards is definitely selling off of Facebook or like other players in your LGS when you play FNMs, pre-release. That's your best bet in getting the most out of your cards. If not, I guess selling off of I guess your LGS, their buy list, or if there is a TCG player seller around your area, like me, right? They usually contact me, and my rating, I guess this is like the average rating on all TCG player sellers. It's like 65% of TCG low. It still depends though. If it's like really great cards, sometimes it goes up to like 70%. And if it's like below $3, $5 cards, it goes down to like 60%. So it really depends. So I would look for those TCG player seller or even eBay sellers. That's your best bet. But obviously, if you sell LGS, you're gonna get hit with a massive, massive cut, man. Because when they do their buy list, they take a big cut, and not to mention, they don't buy everything. They don't buy everything. Now with us TCG player sellers, uh, we buy everything. We are bulk basic lands, obviously in a you know at a rate. But yeah, we buy everything. That's why I have so much. Look at this, so much stack behind me. I think that's been there. I don't even know. I think that's like Modern Horizon 3, commons and uncommons, foils. Yeah, I've had that like I don't know, man. And then like boxes behind me right here, all these sets. Yeah, I've had that like so long. Uh, it's just a matter of time. But yeah, we buy everything. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's a long answer. Uh, why did they got rid of buy list from TCG Player? And also to add on TCG Player, they increased the the shipping in TCG Player um, before. I think it was $1.22. So if you buy anything below $5, you get charged $1.22. But they increased that already to $1.27. So I think they just aligned it when they when USPS had another increase in like shipping all the freaking post, the stamps. So I guess that's probably why they're really helping us sellers. So yeah, that's kind of like a one big plus for us. Not so much with the buyers though, but most of the customers right now, they're really trying to bundle up, hit that $5 just to save for shipping. No problem, William. Anytime. Especially, if there's like any questions between like TCG player, as a seller or buyer, yeah, I'm more than willing to answer any questions because uh, I've seen many. I've had like many experience uh, talking to customers if they have like any questions, if they have any concerns with their orders, and also sellers, trying to get any ideas, tips, and like selling on TCG Player. Yeah, it's gonna be like 3 years pretty soon, so yeah, I've had like a good amount of experience. But yeah, so going back to Rudy from Alpha Investments video. But yeah, I mean, I think that's that with Vintage Magic. I think it's gonna take a while until all these cars, man, will start moving up again. Uh, I highly doubt that it's gonna be soon. It's gonna take a while. It's gonna be a while because Watts is like really pumping all these universes beyond, and majority of the players that's playing the game right now are fairly new players. They probably started in the last, I don't know, man, 5 years, and that's a long time already. And all they knew, and it's just all these new cards, man, all these new sets. They don't really pay attention with the old cards because if you think about it, they love all these new arts, new variants. Uh, these new cards are shiny stuff, man. They don't care about like the old art, the old like freaking old fashioned. Look at these. They don't care about these. Like these are like only a few people would really appreciate that because majority of the old guys that started around 93, 94, they're like the same age as me, man. We're like really getting old, man. If not older. But yeah, so I think that's that for the Rudy video. I think we pretty much talk about everything on that. He did mention about sealed boxes though, because he has a massive amount of sealed boxes of new and old, and he's really very bullish on these new boxes, specifically the draft boosters. Now, I can't say for sure about that. I mean, it's his money, but I mean, same exact thing. Opportunity cost, man. He's dumping thousands and thousands of dollars, pallets and pallets. His prices have always been bullish. Yeah, it's crazy though. It's crazy. If I don't know, man. Um, he has definitely more experience with the whole buying, selling, and investing for sure. But man, if I if I have that kind of money, it's really crazy. Uh, it's really crazy on uh, to move that amount of money buying draft boxes, uh, especially the new ones though. Now, like I said, he probably knows more about what's gonna happen to these draft boxes, but I mean, I've spoken enough about sealed boxes, man. If even if you double your money, um, at, for him it's probably fine because he buys like per pallet. So if you have 1,000 boxes, if that set, from $100 price point jumped up to like 150, I mean, you'll definitely feel the gain because you have 1,000 boxes. But if you have like a case, yeah, there you made profit, but like it's 6 boxes. It's not like you have 1,000. I don't think his price are bull. He's just upfront about wanting to maximize his margins. Um, I mean, I wasn't really a Patreon of his, so I think I remember back then his pricing was like 79.99. I think, right, 79 per draft boosters. And I'm not sure about the collectors. He never really mentioned about pricing on the collectors. Usually it's just his draft boxes. So margin wise, I have no idea, man. Shipping a draft box, it's like what, $8-10, if you put it in a box. And I mean, if you're shipping it to like California, oof, that's big money right there. So I don't know how much he's getting these boxes, but now it's like what, 89.99, and it's gonna even go up because play boosters, the price point. I spent $8 a box to ship. Oh, okay. Okay. Uh, oh, I thought I heard something. Um, right now it's like I'm just waiting for my kid to like wake up. This is kind of like my free time in like doing live streams. But even then, I can still like do a quick video. But yeah, I don't know, man. 140, and I think he did mention that he's gonna start selling play boosters at around 119 or some 120 range, or less. But I think if you're a Patreon, um, like I said, I was never a patron of Rudy. It's not because I'm not like I don't like him or anything. Um, we can all agree that we all learn from him. Like his ways, in any way, like all his whiteboard videos. We took notes, we took lessons from him. Um, it's just that I don't know. I'd rather buy my boxes through like the stores that I'm comfortable with, already, like been buying from them for a long time, and that's like cool stuff. I go with them. I get discounts and all, even if like they're not the most cheapest. They're not. I just prefer. It's more of like wherever you're comfortable. That's where you go. So I don't. Like I said, it's not because I don't like Rudy. It's just Cool Stuff Inc. That's where I buy the most Magic products. So that's that. Hold on, give me a second. Alvin, can you keep an eye on him really quick? Yeah. Give me like a couple minutes. Oh. Okay, okay. Mm. Mm. My kid woke up. Oh. Oh, look. Daddy's doing live stream. Oh, say hello, everyone. Say hello, everyone. Look at this. Yeah, dad life. You gotta love it. Yeah, man. Sometimes that's how it is, man. Doing a live stream. Good morning, boys. Say hi. Hi, everyone. Hi. Oh, ah. Yeah, he just turned one. Look at this birthday boy. The birthday boy. Look at that. He just turned one. We celebrated his birthday last weekend. So look at this. Just woke up. Now he wants daddy. Huh? Where's mommy? Mommy's at work. Hmm. You want your mama? Ah, yes, 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 yes. So this is the life, man. I mean, Tcgplayer full time. You know, kids. Not in school, so it's like all the boys are here, and then we just kind of chill. Yeah, and like around day, I have my morning meeting at 9:30. Have a great day, everyone. Oh, appreciate Captain Craig. Appreciate hanging out, man. Appreciate and to all the new subscribers. I love the new subscribers. Liking and subscribing, leaving comments. I appreciate you guys. Um, and and I think that's that, man. Like I think I really just want to talk about. I really just want to talk about the Rudy video because it's kind of like a big deal for me. Uh, him talking about the vintage magic because there's it's like the conversation between reservist cards and vintage magic is becoming less and less. Oh, yeah, he said like, oh, that's it. You gotta end the video now. So I think that's gonna be it, guys. I'm gonna have to like attend to this big boy over here. Huh? Oh, huh? So yeah, have a good one, guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. Hit that bell notification so you don't miss any video. And with that, anger out, boys. Peace.